Hey, what's up, Jose? This is a quick demo video for you for your Tusken Slayer. This, I believe, is from Ultimate Works. It's a very cool saber, very sleek. It's installed with a Proffie. It's a 2-button setup, so on your switch box here, several of these bump outs are fake, but the second from the front is going to be your power, and you'll feel that right away. There's only 2 of them that actuate. So the front one will be your power, your back one will be your auxiliary. You've got a Carl Chen V2 PCB in here. How to get to your chassis is you just want to unscrew the pummel. This is the only place on this saber that opens. Alright, so you just carefully unscrew your pummel here, take it off. You'll see your chassis and you can pull it right out. Alright, now this is it's a bit of an interesting setup because the saber is basically just a tube. Alright, you can see it's 1-inch diameter all the way through. So there's really nothing to clock the chassis. Alright, you'll have to line it up manually when you put it in. But this is what your actual chassis looks like. So you had an LED PCB that came with this kit. I chose not to use it because I wanted to put 2 separate Neopixel accents here. So a red one and a green one. There's the Carl Chen PCB that I was talking to you about. I did use your switch PCB that came with your kit though. Alright, so I went ahead and incorporated that into the chassis there. Your Proffie board here. I got all of the sound fonts on here that you sent me, but you still have, access to everything on your board. So SD card, micro USB. If you ever want to do any changes in the future, there's a copy of the config file on the SD card as well, so you can see what I did there. All right, and then of course right in front of the board you have a kill switch. Moving over here, you have a removable battery setup. This particular saber, I put a 22mm Smuggler's Outpost Nano Elite speaker in here. I use the 22mm instead of the 24 because I can fully enclose it inside of the chassis. You see how it's closed all the way around. So it creates very good sound resonance. All right. So what we want to do is come over here and throw a battery in. Spring side for your negative side of your battery. All right. Throw that battery in, come over here and flip your switch. Now I got all the blinkies doing what you wanted them to on each font. So you'll have to manually come in here and line up the switch PCB with your plungers. Easier to do it on the desk so you can kind of see what you're doing. Come back over here and screw in your pummel. And that locks it all down. So now everything is locked in here. We can come over here and hit power. So your 2 LEDs are working great. All your LEDs in there are firing up. Auxiliary back here. And I gave you twist off. All right, and for blade retention on this guy, you're going to be using this gold, or this brass, greebly rather, right here. All right, so we'll back that out of the blade socket. We'll put a blade in. This is set up for a full-length diameter 1-inch, a full-length 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. I'm just using my test blade for the demo. All right. Everything fires up the way it should there. Blaster bolts is just tapping auxiliary. The blade lockup is holding auxiliary down and hitting the saber. And you'll see that on a full-length blade when you hold it horizontal. It'll be out here. And when you bring it vertical, it moves closer to the emitter just like that. And then I gave you twist off. Each one of your sound fonts has a soundtrack. So to play that, it's a long press on the power. And another long press to turn it off. Just like that, all right? And then to go to another font, just tap auxiliary.
Lord Vader. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Darth Vader.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Just like that. All right, we'll take the blade out. Those are the fonts that you sent me. When we're done, we can come over here and just unscrew our pommel again. Pull out our chassis, and then we can flip the kill switch and leave the battery in it. So if we were to come over here and turn this on and just flip it from here, kills everything like it should. All right, but when you need to take it out to charge it, come over here from the positive side by your speaker and just pop it out with your finger just like that. But that is basically your Tusken Slayer. Let me know if you got any questions, and I'll get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. Thanks.